So in computer graphics, let us talk about the raster graphics. In this, we are going to cover the display hardware, uh, raster graphic systems, some output primitives, color models, the display hardware. In this display hardware, because whenever you want to, there are parts of system or computer. So this display is where you see. There are systems where display is not there. So this is not an essential part, but for graphics, it becomes very necessary that you have some display device. But for special display of the various 2D and 3D figures and graphics, for that you would require some specialized display hardware also. Video display devices could be your CRT, that is cathode ray tube, LCDs, liquid crystal displays, plasma panels also, plasma panels, then the thin film electroluminescent, that is TFT, and thin along with this TFT you have LED, that is light emitting diode LED. Hard copy devices, these are also the part of how you present the or how you can share the graphics which you have created. So for that you can have inkjet printer, laser printer, film recorder, electrostatic printer, and pen plotter. This is an example of CRT. Now CRT, we need to know, but at this time it's on the verge of they are almost obsolete, but some people still use it. So we should know the technology. In this we have this connector pins, and this is the focusing system. So this electron gun, when it sends the electron, this is the horizontal deflection planes, this is the vertical deflection plane, and depending upon the charges you have, it will bend in a certain way. And this screen has phosphorus coated element, it is phosphor here. So this particular area get lit, and depending upon where the light is, you can see the graphics here. This is LCD, liquid crystal display, and this is on state, this is off state. In simple off state, what happens? This is a polarizer, this is a transparent conductor, and here you have LCD, that is liquid crystal, which correspond to the display. So this is pneumatic liquid crystal, this is again a polarizer, and here you have the transparent conductor. So when the state is on, then this pneumatic liquid crystal, depending upon the polarizer, it will change itself, and hence the liquid crystal display shows the graphic, presents the graphic. So in the raster graphic, what happens? You have input output devices, then you have system buses. System buses already connected with your CPU, display processor, and frame memory. And this display processor, it produces the display processor memory. It has the display processor memory, and in this we have a frame buffer. Now this frame buffer gives the frame to the video controller, which in turn outputs the display or the frames to the monitor. So the important part here is the frame buffer. So let us see the frame buffer. In this frame buffer, this is consist of various things. This is the refresh buffer. First of all, you can see the graphics 1111. All this shows the graphic. You have a display controller which can be connected to keys and keyboard and mouse. Here you have interaction data, display commands with the interface with host computer, and here you have a video controller which actually outputs this refresh buffer to the this 1111 will be shown to the actual display device. Frame buffer refresh. What is frame buffer refresh? So frame buffer, the refresh rate is around from 30 to 75 hertz. These are the scan lines, as you can see. These are the scan lines, these are the vertical retrace, and these are the horizontal retrace. So this is the frame buffer refreshing. So every time it refreshes itself. This is the color frame buffer. Here you have a red channel, green channel, and blue channel. So they combine, and then you can see the actual figure. This is the color CRT. You have electron guns here, and this is the selection of shadow mask. And you see RGB. So this is magnified phosphor dot triangle, and this you see in your screen. If you go very close to the screen, you will see all these red, green, and blue spots. So we have seen the display hardware and raster graphic systems. Let us see the output primitives and color models. In output primitives, we have point, line, and polygon. So in graphics, computer graphics, how to show these, how to represent these. So for lines, we have various algorithm. The DDA algorithm is there, Bressenham's algorithm is there. In the polygons, to represent the polygon, we have scanline, polygon fill, inside outside test, boundary fill algorithm, and anti-aliasing. Points, how you are going to represent the point. This is the single coordinate point represented by x, y. As you can see, this point is represented by x, y. So the color code, we set the bit value, that is the color code corresponding to a specified screen position within the frame buffer. We can just set pixel, use this command set pixel xy to represent any point, any single coordinate position, at any single coordinate position, a single point. How to represent the line? As we said that they are DDA also, Bressenham's line algorithm. So intermediate positions between two endpoints. These are two endpoints. Now you have to represent this as a line. So how you are going to represent? You will represent it by certain, actually you have to represent it by points only. Line is nothing but but you can say collection of infinite points. This only makes a line. But you see that whenever you try to fit in a line, there will be which pixels to choose, which point to choose. This is an important question. So as you see that it will give rise to jaggies. Line will be like this. It will not be a continuous line, but it will be like this. So this is called jaggies or aliasing. DDA algorithm does what? This is a DDA stands for digital differential analyzer. And here you see that when we want to draw a line from say one point to another, we select the yk plus 1. X1, x2 is there, we have to choose the y now. So yk plus 1 will be yk plus 7m. The slope of this line lies between 0 and 1. The unit x, you can assume that unit x interval is 1. If slope is greater than 1, unit y interval will be greater than 1, is equal to 1. So in DDA, if slope lies between these two, we say that the unit x interval we take as means, because the line can be like this, line can be like this. So we have to really know the m, that is the tan theta or the angle to which the line is, the slope of the line actually. So if slope is greater than 1, unit y interval equal to 1. If the slope lies between -1 and 0, then we take unit x interval as -1. So x interval 1, y interval 1, x interval -1, depending upon the slope. And of course, yk plus 1 is equal to yk minus m. This is how we choose the y for each corresponding x. So as we see, these are the different versions. If slope is greater than or equal to 1, slope is between 0 to 1, slope is less than or equal to -1 or less than 0, lies between -1 and 0, where it may be equal to -1, slope is less than -1. So unit x interval will be 1, unit y interval will be 1, unit x interval will be -1, and unit y interval will be -1. In this we choose this relation xk plus 1, because now we have to choose the x depending upon the y. So xk plus 1 is equal to xk minus 1 by. So now we choose the point. So this is the only way, these methods, these three things which I showed you, differential analyzer, if slope is just between 0 and -1, then we use this. If it is like this, these two holds, we use this. If these three holds, we use this. If these four holds, we use this, right? Now we come to Bressenham's line algorithm, and this is a midpoint line algorithm we use. D is equal to Fm. The decision variable, if a point P, say if xp and yp is there, so the decision variable would be f xp plus 1 and yp plus half 1 by 2, right? For any coefficient a and b, we can fix it like this, because line is ax plus by plus c. So x can be represented as xp plus 1, y can be represented by yp plus half, and c is of course c. But if d is greater than 0, right? If the d is equal to fm only. So d is greater than 0, we choose the northeast. This one, northeast. If d is less than or equal to 0, then we choose the east, right? We have to choose a point which line is passing through this. We don't have any point here. We either have point here or either have point here. We have to choose this point or this point. Depending upon the situation of d, we choose northeast and e. And the d new will be nothing but xp plus 2 and yp plus 3 by 2. In this case, it will be xp plus 2, yp plus half. And d new will be d1 plus a plus b. And here d new will only be equal to d1 plus a. This is how we find out the values. So initial value of d was what? As we see here, ax, I told you already, with x0 plus 1, y0 plus 1, ax plus by plus c. This is nothing but fx0, y0. Okay, and we take these constants. So fxy will be equal to 2ax plus by plus c. So d will be equal to only ta plus 2a plus b. We update d. If d is greater than greater than 0, we increment the x or x coordinate, y coordinate, and d will be equal to d plus 2a plus b. If d is in this case less than equal to 0, then we add only 1, we increment 1, and we add d is equal to d plus 2. So this is how we choose the which pixel has to be chosen. This is only line algorithm. So we have seen the ideas of various DDA and Besenhams, and also the graphics. We'll be covering more raster in the later section. Thank you so much.